Your local station for Middlesbrough, CVFM.
Bernie Does the Borough, proudly sponsored by Teesside's Healthy Living Pharmacies. There's always a pharmacy open near you 7 days a week. Ask your local pharmacist for free and confidential advice on smoking, alcohol, weight and sexual health issues. You don't even need an appointment. Visit teessidepharmacy.net to find out more. It's 5 p.m. and the games are finished. The scores are set. And now it's time to hear from the Northeast's football mouthpiece. It's time for the Alternative Radio Phone-In. 90 minutes of spleen-venting, honest opinion calls. Get involved with the biased banter by calling 01642 688 104. It's time for Bernie Does the Borough on CVFM.
Well, welcome to the Boro here on CVFM 104.5. If you want to give us a phone, 01642 688 104. Today ended up Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1. I mean, we conceded a goal. 3 minutes into the game, we conceded a goal. But if you want to join us here on CVFM 104.5, it's 01642 688 104. Give us a phone, discuss today's game. As I mentioned, going into the game, Aitor Karanka made 6 changes. We've come to expect that now on a regular basis. 6 changes, no surprise. Personally, I was surprised that Bamford was on the bench, as was Tomlin. But Aitor Karanka has made all the decisions so far this season and got the majority right. So we weren't questioning that. But 3 minutes into the game, fell behind, conceded a goal. The keeper gave the ball away cheaply as the shot came in. I think it took for where I was sitting, but I'm told it was a deflection. And it flew into the bottom right-hand corner. Majias didn't move. And after that, we controlled, dominated and dictated the pace of the game. Created chances at will. On another day, we could have scored 4 or 5. Their keeper, did perform heroics throughout the game. But we were very unlucky on occasions. And a mixture of maybe the ball not dropping and missed chances. And there were so many chances. It was one of those games we could have played to next Saturday and not actually scored a goal. It was one of those. Leeds weren't the better team. We were the best team. As I say, the attitude of the players, the professionalism. We were up for the game today. Closed down, harassed. As I say, created at will. But just unfortunate. I've played in games like myself. It's frustrating. When the final whistles went, I'm frustrated. The fans are frustrated, and rightly so. And the players will be frustrated. How do you think they feel? They've worked their socks off. And that's as good as I've seen us playing. I was saying in the Evening Gazette, in my column during the week, that we need to step up. It's okay grinding at results, but we need to really step up a wee bit. And today I thought we did that, and we get nothing for it, which is majorly disappointing. I think a couple of results went for us today. I think Brentford get beaten? Ipswich get beat. Derby County won 3-2. They beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-2. So, the results are going against us, but we have to concentrate on ourselves and do the business. Obviously, get another game coming up on Tuesday against Bolton, and I'll be here from 10 to 11 on Tuesday, so please join us. But if you're watching, or if you want to watch, you can watch via YouTube. I don't know why you'd want to watch me in the studio, but some people are weird and strange. So if you want to watch and take part that way, you can view it. But I would rather have your calls, and hopefully you can phone up, put over your point of view, and tell us what game you've seen. For me, Majias, some people are saying, he used to blame for the goal. Come on, Majias has proved against Man City and the Arsenal, he's a decent keeper. And he showed his pedigree in those 2 massive games against top-class opposition. But he's easy target today. You must look. If I was a centre-forward, I'd be going home tonight. I wouldn't be going out. Not because I'm frightened of facing the public, but I'm thinking, I've missed a host of chances today. We were beaten. And I'd be disappointed. I'd be staying in tonight. But anyway, if you want to get involved, 01642 688 104. Thanks to Healthy Living Pharmacies. Obviously, without them and CVFM, there'd be no show. So thanks to both CVFM and sponsors, Healthy Living Pharmacy, for putting us on air. 01642 688 104. Give us a phone, give us a text. I think Jono's on the line. Good afternoon, Jono.
Evening, Bernie.
Come on in, Jono. What game did you see? I want your honesty.
Well, I'm glad you've done the show a little bit later tonight, because it's given me time to kind of settle down and reflect on the game and collect my thoughts. But just frustration, Bernie, massive frustration. Obviously, watch the game, and it's the most one-sided game I've watched a long time for us to come away potless.
Yeah.
So
John, go on. No, it's your call. Go on.
I was going to say the chances we had, Bernie. I'm looking now. 27 shots. Mm-hmm. 10 on target. I mean, don't get me wrong. Their keeper, he had a blinder, didn't he?
He was like Lev Yashin, the great Russian goalkeeper today.
Yeah, and even the centre half in front of him, was it Bamba?
Bamba.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the ball hit every part of his anatomy. It must have hit his backside about 4 times today with blocks, and he was there and thereabouts. And by the way, I think it was Bamba that missed the gilt-edged chance header 6 yards out middle of the goal before.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been good night,
They had that one,
doors,
and they also had the bar, didn't they, which could have been good night.
Yeah, but we created enough chances,
like
John.
You said, Bernie hit the nail on the head. We've got to get playing up tomorrow, and we still wouldn't have scored. It just wasn't our day.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy criticising, John. I've been there, and I'm sure the players will be frustrated as the fans, if not more, especially the guys like Bamford. No, not so much Bamford. Obviously, Vossen, he had about 3-4 good chances. Kiki had a few great chances. There was balls come in left and right. We peppered the box. There was just, I've never seen a game so one-sided recently, where totally domination and coming away with nothing. It was surreal.
Yeah. But for me, I'm not just criticising the game today, because I thought we didn't do anything wrong. But my questions are, like, to yourself and to Karanka is, like, why is he changing it so much? I think it's starting to show now. I mean, going back to Blackpool, for me, that we were let off the hook there. Too many changes, and, luckily we got the 3 points, but that was because they were bottom of the league. If that was anyone else, I don't think we'd have been so lucky. And then going back to last week, more changes. Mm-hmm. And then again today, 6 changes. And I just, like you've told me, Bernie, and I've learned over the years, like you say, why change a winning side? It's one of the things that I don't get in football. I mean, fair enough, a couple of changes here and there for injury suspensions,
it's
whatever.
Like wholesome changes.
When you change it, like you said, when you do it so drastically, there's going to be consequences, and I don't know if whether he's trying to keep all the players happy, or I don't know what.
No, I think he genuinely believes that it's just to keep fresh, because of the games or the amount of games. He keeps chopping and changing, but we can never use the excuse
the opposition on edge.
I think it's to keep his own team on edge, to say, look, you're not going to be an out-and-out regular. We're going to chop and change throughout the season, keep everybody fresh, and when you go in, you're able replacements and you out and do the business. Today, we played. I was looking at Nsui and Callas. I'm thinking defensively, obviously, and we've changed our goalkeeper because we're Forsty and Dimmy. I was thinking defensively, I'm not so confident, but the defence done fine. They limited it to about 3-4 chances. We had unbelievable amount of chances. So the chances were there. It wasn't so much who he picked, because the guys he picked had boatloads of chances. Bamford could have missed 4 or 5 if he started. You don't know. It's hypothetical, really. But
you're right, Bernie. But the thing with, certainly Kike, that's what I was going to ask you. The chances he had, right? He had, I can count at least 3 or 4 good attempts straight at the keeper. Now, for me, if that was Bamford, I think one of them would have gone in. I was watching him today. I was watching Kike and I was watching Vossen, and part of me was thinking back when you asked me in January. You said, "What do I want to bring in?" I said, "If anything," I said, "I wanted a centre forward." Mm-hmm. And I look at Derby, who brought in Darren Bent in January.
Did he score today, by the way?
I know.
Did he score today?
He's been in, Bernie, hasn't he? Proven goal scorer. And I was looking at them two today, thinking, if we had a Darren Bent, then that would have made all the difference. I was looking at them thinking, are you two good enough to get us up? Because, I mean, looking at the table now, Bern, it's like a 5-horse race now, isn't it?
There's a few teams in it. There's a few teams in it, Jono. You've got Middlesbrough, Bournemouth, then Derby, Ipswich, Watford, Norwich. They're the top 6 at the minute. So, it's going to be very tight. But I keep saying, to get promotion or win it, you need a bit of luck and fortune. Obviously, you need the ability, you need the beefed up squad, and we've got all that. We've proved we've got the credentials, but you still need a bit of luck and fortune. And my luck ran out, obviously, with the chances. And obviously, some people say, well, it's not luck, it's about your finishing technique. And what you're saying about Kike, you're right in what you say. A lot of the times, we still go for power as opposed to accuracy. As a striker myself, I'd rather caress it in the net than try to bust the ball. That makes a keeper look better than he really is when you're putting it down his throat. At times we should be calming it down, bit of composure, picking your spot and try to whip it in the corners where the keeper can't get them,
Yeah.
But disappointing.
You're right. But I mean, you say we're not creating the chances, Bernie.
Well, we created the chances.
To finish it.
Yeah.
But I need to highlight this. Today, 18 corners. And I can't remember us having one shot from a corner, whether it be a header or a drag back and hitting it at goal. Can you? Why are we so poor at corners? Do we lack height? Do we lack strength? Do we lack the ability and the awareness of where we are in the box and picking out a man? I mean, I've said for years that I don't like Leadbitter as a corner taker.
Right.
I'd give it to Reach or Adoma personally, because I think Leadbitter adds sitting like Paul Scholes, edge of the box on the D. Anything falls to him, he can hit it straight back in. I just think the amount of corners we had, but I was counting them up today and I couldn't believe when at the end of the game I counted 18.
Right.
I couldn't believe. And can you remember us having a shot from a corner, a header?
Off the top of my head, no, John. On
working the keeper.
No.
I just think that's something which we need to.
But we want to keep it every other way, John. I mean, there was shots galore. I mean, so many chances. The ball wasn't dropping away. I mean, the very really early doors, the ball was laid square and Vossen totally miskicked it. It was a great work free kick. Every one of them were waiting in the cross, and we've played it square to Vossen, and he's totally miskicked it. That was a goal, not a it was a good chance, John.
But I don't think today, because I mean, a lot of people I've seen on social networks are coming out and blaming the keeper for today. But
no, well, I'm not having that.
I'm
not having that. No, I'm not having that. No, that's
because,
nonsense.
I mean, from when he threw the ball, Bernie, you could say Leadbitter should have come towards the ball to collect it, and then you had, was it Friend who was running across trying to block the shot? Yeah. So I think to blame it on the lad is unfair.
No, that's easy pickings, easy target. That's wrong. That's
no. From then on, Bernie, two of the things that got me was bringing off Nsue. Because up until that point, I thought him and Adoma were dominating that right side.
Brought off Nsue, put on Bamford and put Adoma at right back, didn't he?
Yeah, which I didn't think worked. I thought them two were working well down the right. And then the other one for me was bringing Leadbitter off.
Leadbitter off, I have to say, I was a bit surprised as well at Leadbitter. Forshaw obviously come on, but I'm like you, I was a bit perplexed. Like, hold on a minute, Leadbitter, he's been a kingpin. He still had a few good balls around. He was chasing, harassing his usual self, but as I say, Karanka's paid to make decisions, never quite came off today, but I enjoyed the game, John. I enjoyed our attitude. I thought we were good, we were creative. The one thing and the key thing in football is putting the ball in the back of the net, and with umpteen chances, I felt like jumping over the Horden, John, and trying to score myself. There was enough chances happening today, you know.
We did, but are you still as confident as you were a few weeks ago about us making the top two?
I've always thought, I keep using the word, and it's boring and laborious, but you need a bit of luck and rub of the green, and today I don't really think we got that. There was a mixture of things why we didn't win today, but we still need that if we're going to be up. Do I think we'll be top two? Can we be top two? Yes. Do I still think we can? Yes. But it's a wee bit tougher after today. It heaps more pressure on the game on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday against Bolton at the Riverside? So there's more pressure now added to the game. Blackpool's a draw. 3 points down to Swanee today. We go in a sort of a must-win game to stay in the pack and keep the pressure on the boys.
I hope you're right, Bernie. But my head sadly says that we'll be top six, because, like I said to you a few weeks ago, I don't want us being top, because like we've proved today, when we're at the top and the pressure's on us, we can't handle it. That's Middlesbrough. We've always been like that.
But John, I thought we handled everything today, but the key thing, putting the ball in the net. Defensively, we were okay. The attitude was great.
I'm surprised by that, because it's Boro.
Yeah.
If it was in our safe today, us winning would have gained us automatic promotion. I don't think we wouldn't have won, because that's Middlesbrough. We always do it the hard way. I always think back to when we played Cardiff in the FA Cup. We were favourites to win the cup, and they came over, beat us 2-0, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that, to be inspired to think that, Bernie, but I know there's going to be twists and turns along the way.
Of course there is. There's going to be a lot to happen.
I don't think we'll be in the top two. Not just because of today, but like I said, you look at other teams who've strengthened in January and the depth they've got and the results they're getting, and I don't know, it could all change on Tuesday night, I know, but what is it now, 14 games left?
14 games left, Jono. 14 games, this is the real, as Sir Alex says, this is squeaky bum time now. This is the key part of the season. This is the business end, and we really must put a run together. If I was Karanka, I'd be in there saying, look, you've done brilliant today, we need to finish teams off, we get chances, we need to put them away. 14 games left, let's go on an unbeaten run. 14 games. Let's go for it.
Well, we've got to. But Tuesday night, what would you do? Would you stick with his 4-4-2 or would you go the 4-3-3? Because I think that's part of the problem with us at home, isn't it? We have to, the pressure's on us.
I still like 2 wingers, 2 centre forwards, give them plenty of service and finish them off. And there's no doubt he'll ring the changes again. Front men, I would definitely Bamford up there. Bamford would be my first choice up front, whether it's a 1 or a 2. Bamford would be number 1. Off of him, well, you've got to pick, but Bamford for me has been playing out of position, given his best shot, but I still think he's the man that should maybe be played through the middle, especially now it's the real deal, and it's the real stuff, and we really need to win games. I mean, he's been in a fine vein of scoring recently, so his confidence is still up there. The Arsenal game was one of those games. He was playing up position. He was getting ran ragged down that side. But if you put him in the middle, I think he can deliver the goods.
Well, I suppose when you play in the Arsenal, you know the gulf, don't you? But saying that, Bernie, I mean, you look at the teams today. I mean, like Sunderland, West Brom 0-0. Apparently, that was one of the most boring games all season.
Well, I didn't know, John. I've not looked at the Premiership scores. Was it 0-0? Dear me.
Yeah, 0-0. And
I mean, let's be fair. Sunderland couldn't score in Amsterdam. Saying that we couldn't today.
But that's the thing. You think if we played them now, I reckon we'd turn them over. I think we'd have a good chance. But it's just getting out of this championship, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
Yeah.
And then we'll worry about it when we get
there.
Who
was your man in the match today, Jono? Or was there a man in the match?
Their keeper.
Oh, their keeper was outstanding.
Their keeper.
Marco Silvestri.
With us, I can't really think with us. But no one stood out. I mean, I thought Clayton and Ledbetter got involved, and I mean, Kike worked hard, didn't he? He created a lot. I thought
Kike first half was involved in what his socks off. Rather, I was going to say something else. What his socks off and closed and harassed and got a few shots in. He'll be disappointed he didn't score.
Do you think he was greedy at times, Bernie? Or
there was times he was greedy, but I've been there myself, and if you're confident that you're the best striker, you're going to shoot. I used to do it myself, and hopefully they go in, but when they don't go in, then you can be criticised, you will get criticism. But sometimes he was probably a wee bit selfish at times, but that's part of being a striker, I suppose. Rather than pass the buck responsibility, he's trying to get the glamour and the glory, and I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose as long as he works the keeper, he's doing his job, isn't he? Yeah. Gets his shot on target.
Yeah, I thought we tested the keeper. Other times we could have. We had there was loads of saves from the goalkeeper, very good saves as well. There was one Ramduni shot, he tipped over the bar. There was a host, he turned round the post and parried away, and a mixture of good saves and poor finishing made up our day, but just disappointing. So Yorkshire Derby, I have to say, well done the Boro fans and the Leeds fans, created and generated a great atmosphere, and that's what we want at the Riverside. There was a great atmosphere. Enjoyed it.
Brilliant.
Okay, Jono, thank very much for your contribution. I was going to say, don't forget, I've got that dinner on the 20th of February, but you're away at some man that's getting married. Tell him not to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get married. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's a Boro fan, isn't he? Or is he?
No, he's not a football fan.
He's not a football. I was going to say, his missus will be hiding his season ticket. He'll not be able to go to the games. I'm only joking. I'm not allowed to say that. Political correctness these days will be want me sacked, but there you go. Jono, thank you very much for your call.
See you later, Barry.
Cheers, Jono. If you want to get involved and talk serious stuff, talk about Boro, talk about the result today, the game coming up on Tuesday against Bolton, give us a phone and a call here at CVFM 104.5, and the number as always is 01642 688 104.
Your local station for Middlesbrough, CVFM.
Bernie Does the Borough, proudly sponsored by Teesside's Healthy Living Pharmacies. There's always a pharmacy open near you 7 days a week. Ask your local pharmacist for free and confidential advice on smoking, alcohol, weight and sexual health issues. You don't even need an appointment. Visit teessidepharmacy.net to find out more. Have your say on the match. Unedited. Bernie Does the Borough on CVFM.
And if you want to get involved in your views on 642 688 104, give us a phone and talk Boro. Let's go to Sven. Hi, Sven.
Good evening, Bernie.
Good evening, Sven. Come on then. What about the game? What game did you witness this afternoon?
Well, I thought we were very disappointing, Bernie, particularly in front of goal.
Okay.
We had 23 shots, which and we couldn't put one of those away. We couldn't put any of them away. I thought it was a very disappointing afternoon. Again, for me, I think what cost us really was the fact that he made changes.
But Sven, I mean, look, I don't like changes and wholesome changes. He's never been a fan of it, even when we're doing well and winning games. I've never been a fan, but I'm accustomed to it, and I'm looking at Carrington and thinking, well, you've done it all season, you've got away with it, we're up the top, we can't really condemn you for it because it's working a treat. Today, I don't think it was so much the changes, it was just poor finishing.
Yes.
It was poor finishing. You know, Kiki's scored, especially early doors, proved he can score goals, he has got composure. He missed a few chances. Vossen, he missed a few chances. I mean, there was chances there. But for the keeper's heroics and the mixture of poor finishing or ramming it down the keeper's throat, you know, we couldn't score a goal. It's one of those games, Finn, as I said to the previous caller, I've been involved in games, loads of chances, and you miss them. And you could play next Saturday and not score a goal. You get games like that and it's frustrating as a player, as a fan, and it's...
I think the one thing I would like to have seen him do, Bernie, but he failed to do it again in January, was to bring another striker in. Yeah,
well, that's one of the things that Jono mentioned. You know, I have to say, when Darren Bent went to Derby County, I thought, what a signing that is. Don't forget, he's played at the top level a long time. I know he's been out in the wilderness down at Aston Villa, but going to Derby, that for me was... that could be the difference of making it and not making it, a Darren Bent in there.
That's right.
You know, he's scored 4 or 5 goals already. He's not been there long. And he will get more goals from out at the end of the season. So, somebody of his ilk and talent and pedigree, you know, going to Derby's a real swip for Steve McClaren. And Derby, of course.
I think the saving grace for us, at the end of the day, Bernie, we're still second in the table and 2 points behind Derby.
Well, that's right. You know, the results again were kind to us. Bournemouth were beaten, as I say, Derby won, Ipswich were beaten. So, you know, results, again, we look and think, if we'd have won the day, but hey, it's all ifs and buts. We got beat, a couple of results went away, Derby obviously won, so they're the guys that came out on top this afternoon.
I still think, you know, Bernie, we can actually do it, you know. I still think there's a feeling, even if we don't get the 2 top spots, you've always got the playoffs as well, you know, because we're in a very strong position still.
Of course we are. The thing is, we're odds on to at least be in the playoffs. Yeah, you agree with that? And we're still in a great position to finish automatic top 2. And we have to believe, I still believe, in my heart of hearts we can make top 2, but I keep using it luck. I keep using the word luck and rub of the green. We need that. You know, there wasn't a lot of that today. And when we've put our 3 subs on and then Vossen gets stretchers off, you're thinking, you know, it's went against us.
And the other thing, Bernie, what I liked about today, again, the crowd, 25,532 people.
I thought the crowd were great today, generated a great atmosphere. The 12th man behind the goal with the drum, they made a lot of noise and they got right behind the team throughout the 90 minutes. Although we lost a goal early doors, they stuck with it right for the duration in 90 odd minutes, and I thought the fans were great today, Sven. I really did.
Yes, I thought they were fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
Bernie. They were Birmingham as well.
And that's what players want to hear. You know, they want to hear a good atmosphere, and the fans have been allowed to express themselves. You know, several years back, you weren't allowed to shout or wave a flag or bang a drum. Now the drum's in there, they're singing, they're vocal, and they're getting right behind the team and showing a real passion. And the players today, the passion was there for all to see. And the professionalism. Obviously, the last third, we were powder puff. You know, all those chances.
We were very poor, and I've got to admit that. And I think that's something he needs to work. He needs to get him to work on, actually. I know there's only a couple of days before we're at home on Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night against Bolton.
But I think, but I think that we need to sort of work on that up front. That's where we need to be polishing up there.
Yeah, but again, we can expect. You're talking about wholesome changes earlier on. You expect Karanka to change things round again on Tuesday. He'll make another 4 or 5 changes. Blackpool made 7.
Vossen was carried off, wasn't he?
Yeah. Vossen, obviously, he's...
And we don't know what the injury is to him, do we, at the moment?
No, but when it happened, I didn't really see the incident, but I seen him sort of lying, didn't move, and I thought, he's in trouble, this lad. And then I seen the stretcher coming on, and, you know, I don't know if he fell upwardly or whatever, but he looked a wee bit concussed. But hopefully he's okay. We need to hope and pray that he's okay and back sooner rather than later, because if he's out, there's a striker down. If he's out for any lengthy time.
Yeah.
Who was your man of the match, then?
Pardon?
Who was your man of the match for Boro? Was there a man of the match?
I would go. For me, I thought that the guy I thought who played well today was Clayton.
Clayton done well.
Yeah, Clayton.
Yeah.
I thought Clayton
He battled
had a very
and
good
scrapped and played a few good balls out wide, and yeah.
The man for me, Bernie, that really impresses me all the time, and he has done since we got him from Doncaster, is being George Friend.
George, to be honest, George today, I don't think he was as athletic and direct as he usually is. I thought he was a wee bit labour today, George. You know, usually I see George bombing up. Maybe he was totally doing a job. Correct? I might have said, "Hey, hang fire, what's the wide lad?" But I don't think he was as convincing as he has been this season. I think he's had a great season, George. But today I didn't see him bombing on and get beyond the fullback and getting crosses in, and I didn't really see that today with George.
I think the other thing, Bernie, as well. I think that I think what may well have cost us really in one sense. Bamford has been knocking him in left, right, and centre, and the other guy, that Tomlin, who plays just behind in that number 10 role. Yeah, I thought that was badly missed today.
Well, again, they're on the bench, and you know that they're going to get on. That's the thing about Karanka. No matter who's on the bench, well, obviously they're disappointed to be on the bench, but they know they're going to get a run out and they're going to get on at some stage of the game, and they could change the course of the game. They did come on, but couldn't really get a foothold in it. You know, Tomlin I can't remember Tomlin having any real efforts at goal when he came on, and a couple of balls went astray, and Bamford was on the fringes of things. But no doubt Tomlin and Bamford will be back for Tuesday's game.
I think what they did, Bernie, I think they should have shopped, didn't they? You know, they sort of played two banks of four, didn't they?
They frustrated us. They were throwing bodies as if their life depended on it. And you have to give credit where it's due. Defensively, they were defending for their lives. I mean, but when the 90 minute, when the whistle went, they must have in that dressing room and thought, how have we won that? You know, we've been hammered for penalty post. We bombarded
them in the second half, didn't we? Absolutely.
For the duration of the game, we were the best team. Lion's share of possession, passed the ball well, got it in good wide areas, positions, balls in the box, fizzing across the box. You know, they were bouncing and they would bounce wrongly for us to finish them off. The kid was spinning them or parrying them round the post. And look, I can't blame the endeavour of the team, the creativity. I thought they were very good today.
No, Bernie, no.
It's just that finishing touch. And as I say, I can talk from experience. Frustrating, annoying, and really gets your goat up. But you have to realise that you do get games like that, and when nothing goes your way, and that's exactly what happened this afternoon.
Yeah. And on another day, they'll probably turn it on Tuesday night, because
let's hope so. I mean,
really strong position.
They've been they've obviously employed Neil Lennon, the former Celtic manager. He was at Nicole for a while. He's experienced. He's doing quite well at Bolton. I mean, he's still getting his feet under the table, but so far he's done okay. And he'll be coming up here looking to try and nick something. But we have to, if we get the chances, and we will create chances, we have to finish them off.
That's right.
Anything else, Sven?
Right. Thank you very much, Bernie.
Okay, Sven, you don't want to sing a Boro song before you go, just to lead us out now? No.
Right.
Go on then.
Bernie.
Okay, cheers, Sven. I thought we were going to get a song there, obviously not. I think he needs a loss inside the bad throat, Sven. If you want to get involved in your views, 01642 688.
Your local station for Middlesbrough, CVFM.
Bernie Does the Borough, proudly sponsored by Teesside's Healthy Living Pharmacies. There's always a pharmacy open near you 7 days a week. Ask your local pharmacist for free and confidential advice on smoking, alcohol, weight and sexual health issues. You don't even need an appointment. Visit teessidepharmacy.net to find out more. Bernie's back, and he's now on CVFM. It's Bernie Does the Borough.
If you want to get involved, your views on 642 688 104. Give us a phone here at CVFM 104.5. You can obviously watch us on YouTube as well. Why you'd want to do that? Well, everybody to their own. Today, if you've been out shopping, you just walked in the door. It ended Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1. Leeds scored after 3 minutes. And despite a valiant display from Middlesbrough, loads of opportunities and chances created, we failed to convert one of them, and it ended Leeds 1, or Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1, and 3 points down the pan. Steve McLaren's Derby County did one, to their top of the pile as it stands at the minute, but we've got a game coming Tuesday against Bolton Wanderers Neil Lennon, the manager, of course, this coming Tuesday, and hopefully we can turn things round. If you want to get involved, your views 01642 688 104. Give us a phone, and I think it's Brian in the line. Hiya, Brian.
Yes, good evening, Bernie. Good evening.
Come on in, Brian. You sound sombre.
Yeah, just bad finishing, a mistake, put us 1 goal down.
Yeah.
Then we chased the game, should have still won the game, bad finishing. And, you know, we've seen a little bit of this bad finishing quite a few times through the season, haven't we, where
you
look at the Blackburn games, saying we should have won them, we never.
But again, Brian, you know, talking about the bad finish, I'm not discussing it today, but again, it's one of those that, and I've asked the question before, and I like to think I was one. Have we got a fox in the box? Have we got a Johnny in the spot? Somebody that.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have needed them. You shouldn't have needed them today, Bernie. It was just weak finishing.
No, but I tell you what. Today, I'm sure I'd have got one today. Probably, I think even now, I could have scored one. There was chances.
You would have,
bouncing,
today, yes,
back post balls coming
weak.
in. They were just, you know.
It was weak finishing, wasn't it?
It was a mixture. I mean, there was some heroic save for the keeper, but there was, and some good shots, but there was some bad finishing, lack of composure, bad the wrong selection of pass. There was loads of reasons as to why we never scored today, and obviously a bit of bad luck as well, Brian.
Yeah, well, I mean, it put the tin at it when we brought the 3 subs on.
Yeah, and obviously
Crank got injured.
Yeah,
it was just as much to say, well, it's definitely not our day, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I seen that,
we probably still might have got something out of the game. There was still 10 minutes to go, so wasn't there?
Yeah.
And you know, and that put the damper on things, you know, and I thought that's probably it now. But going back to what I was saying, that you look, apart from the Blackburn game, we hadn't scored in 3 away matches, even though we had draws, Bernie, before this, had we?
No.
We'd struggled to score in away matches. You know, it seems to me as though Kike and Vossen try the arts out, but they're not clinical enough at times, are they? They're not clinical finishers.
Again, you know, as a centre forward or as a former centre forward, I think if you score and you're on about your run, you should stay in the team and score another one. You know, and score
Bernie,
regular.
Yes, I agree, but we look at Kike and Vossen. You should be scoring goals today.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter what run you have in the team. You know, as I'll go back to it, that Kike has done this nearly ever since the first 6 games of the season. You can't make excuse for him not scoring goals.
No, I'm not making an excuse.
Team, Bernie.
I'm not making an excuse, Brian. I'm not making an excuse. No, the lads will be disappointed they didn't score, but I still think, you know, in the main, we should have a partnership that plays regular, that knows you score a goal, you do the business, you're in the next game. You're not going to be left out. You know, it's sort of you should be credited with scoring the goal.
Kike is not scoring goals after the first few games of the season when he had 6. He's going to get dropped.
I agree with you. Games. No, when you're not doing well and you're missing the target and chances are coming your way and they're going a begging, then you expect to be dropped. But when you're scoring, you expect to stay in. But that's not the case. So in your the mentality is you don't know if you score are you going to be in. If you don't score, you're going to be out. You don't know where you are, and I don't know if that's a good thing as a player. As I say, I wouldn't like it. I'm being honest, Brian. I wouldn't like that. If I scored today, I'd expect to be in Tuesday.
Look, I hope Kike scores umpteen goals for the rest of the season. We get promoted and that. But you can't get away from, apart from that early goal rush where he had, he's hardly scored a goal, Bernie.
Yeah, and it's all
even there.
And it's coincided with other players coming in. And obviously getting dropped, arrested, however you want.
Yeah, but you can't blame that, Bernie.
No, I'm not blaming that, but...
Come on.
No, that is not...
He's still come on. Even when he hasn't started games, Bernie.
No, that's not the sole reason. I'm not saying that, Brian, but it's another excuse, if you like. That isn't the main reason or excuse, but there's something in that. I believe. You know, is it coincidental that once we brought Vossen and company in and then he was out and in the team, when he first came in he was scoring goals, he was in the team regular, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he went through a patch where he went dry, didn't he, before he dropped him? Before he stopped starting games, the goals had started to dry up.
I think he had a wee injury as well, didn't he? The wee injury, he was up for
a slight injury,
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not going to leave. You're going to try the likes of Vossen at that time, and Bamford. He brought them. If Kike had a slight injury and his goals had dried up, you're going to bring them in, aren't you?
Of course you are. Why do you think Karanka doesn't start more games with Bamford up front? He opts him to play him wide. You know, Bamford's played in the right. He played. You know, why don't we just stick and say you're a centre forward? You're going to be up there.
Yeah, well, if you probably started the day with either Kike or Vossen, we probably would have got a goal. You know, he seems to have a more than eye for goal, doesn't he? Up to 3. I mean, we'll even look to Vossen. I mean, we're saying Vossen when he first came into the team, he was unlucky.
Yeah.
That he never scored goals. But you're not unlucky all the time, are you? As you keep saying, Bernie.
No.
Was it not quite good enough to score goals at times? You know, if I got that, Rick, he took a long time to score a goal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but he was in and out of team again, didn't he? It's not as if Karanka brought him in and says, right, you're playing regular every week, you're my number one striker. He didn't give him that guarantee. So he again is sort of he's in and out of team. You know, in the main, well, as I say, we've got about 4 players that's guaranteed a starting position every game. But there's a lot that don't know whether they're coming or going, in my opinion. And they're professional enough to give it the best shot when they're in the team, but they don't really know if they're going to play for one day to the next. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean,
watching the game today, I didn't think that those changes, but I didn't think the team today looked jaded.
No.
It looked full of running.
It cannot, Brian.
We had all the quick games, right?
Brian, we cannot use the word jaded or burnt out when we're making 6-7 changes every game. That's the reason we're doing it. We can't say we've got a boatload of games and we're tired and fatigued because we keep changing the sound.
No, I'm saying there's no excuse today because I think we were fit enough. We were running all over the pitch. It was just ranked bad finishing, I thought. You know, and the mistakes creeping in. Majias has come back in.
Yeah.
And
what about some people try to blame him, Brian? That's a joke. Yeah, it was.
What was that, sorry?
Some people on the social network are saying, "Oh, Majias, he caused the goal and it's his fault." Yeah, okay.
There's still a lot to do.
Yeah.
After he threw it to the Leeds player, there's still a lot to do to score Leeds.
Yeah, of course there is. And we've missed 25 chances.
It hit Gibson, went through Gibson's legs and was deflected.
Yeah, deflected. But where I was, the angle was tight. I didn't know it was deflected until. Yeah.
Well, he threw it out to him. He broke through. He knocked it in the middle. He took a shot, and he would have saved it, Majias.
Yeah, he never moved. He was rooted. It just flew in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, but it went through Gibson's legs, but clipped his heel, and diverted into the corner.
So again, there's a bit of luck for Leeds, part. Yeah, a bit of luck for Leeds.
We'll go to that, Bernie. You've got to make decisions, haven't you?
Yes.
Now, we have a situation now where Gibson's been very good nearly all the season. But you look at his last 3 games in the league. One goal against Blackpool. We got away with it.
Yeah, got away with it.
The back pass.
Yeah, that's right. When Dimmy gets sent off.
The penalty and the goalkeeper gets sent off through it.
Good point.
You know.
Yeah.
Is it time if Ayala's not fit still?
Yeah.
Is it time to bring Woodgate in?
Well, the thing was, where was Woodgate? He wasn't even.
Bernie.
No, but where was Woodgate today? He wasn't even on the bench. He's been in the bench, played against Blackpool, wasn't on the bench today. He's injured. Where is he?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he on the bench?
Unless he's injured,
I don't know, but he's not on the bench, so he would have been ideal to say, young Gibson, have a rest.
Amera was on the bench.
I'm looking at the bench here. Ripley, obviously, goalkeeper, Tomlin, Husband, Whitehead, Amuru, Bamford and Forshaw. Who did you say was on the bench?
Well,
Amuru, yeah.
You can't understand that, can you? Why is Amera on the bench today? What about strikers? He had a good game. He had a good game at Arsenal.
Yeah, he did. He was one of the better players,
at Birmingham.
Yeah.
He's back on the bench.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a hard season. Amera was a defender. He won't have been tired.
Look, as I say, this word tired and fatigued, I've never heard a player saying it. It's always managers say things like that.
No, but I said that.
Yeah, and you say that, but I don't buy into that. I don't buy into
He won't be. But what we're saying is that you have to make decisions now. Gibson's going through a bad run. He has other centre-halves there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you make that decision, Bernie? Say, look, have a look for a couple of games.
Yeah, I would say. I'm a fan of Gibson's, and today wasn't his best. There was one he ducked. We got away with it twice. He done it second half. But I'd say to Gibson, look, it'd be terrific for you to come in. I'm giving you a rest, few games. We'll play a bit more experience, or Amuru or whoever, and just watch and learn and keep plying your trade. There's nothing wrong with that.
But that's what it's going to come down.
But he's ruthless enough to do that. He's ruthless enough to do that and leave Gibson out. He's not going to mess about Karanka. He's not care who he offends or who he hurts, or he's doing it his way. And up to now, he's got the majority of things right.
Yeah,
today,
up to now, Bernie,
it was down to bad finishing.
Been his number one,
and probably rightly
Gibson,
so.
For the last 4 months, he's the one that's been in all the time.
Yeah,
Gibson,
and in their merit,
he's never missed a minute.
Yeah,
has he?
No.
And he's going through a bad run. Give somebody else a chance. He might be feeling the pressure through a couple of mistakes.
But again, when he looks to his side, there's changes regular in that position, isn't there?
Say that again, Benny, sorry.
1 week he's got a Yala, the next week he's got a Muru, the day he's got Callas. So, as a young boy, you're looking at guys alongside you that's chopping and changing every couple of games. That's not good for him. Could that be the reason Gibson's? Could that be the reason Gibson's suffering?
Well, that's why I thought today. Why didn't Amaru start?
Well, I can't answer that.
The same partnership.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a mistake, but
I have to say, Callis, he defended well at times, and he showed he's got pace. There was one ball played behind them, second half, inside left. They were on the attack, and I thought he's not going to get here, and he caught him. So he looks quick as well, which is a big asset in the game. Brian, final word to you. Final word to you. We're going to hit the break. Final word.
It's the season now, Benny. It's going to come down to cutting out the mistakes, what we've made the last few games, and the finishing. It's a good idea probably to move Bamford into the centre and play the two wingers, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see Bamford up the middle on Tuesday.
A balance, and I think he has a better eye for goal than Kiki or Vossen.
Adoma played well today, didn't he, Brian?
Very good game.
Yeah, he played very good today.
That could be a good thing for the rest of it. He's coming into good form.
Yeah, he was direct. He showed flashes of speed and trickery and created things, and he looked good. Brian, thank you very much for your contribution.
Cheers, Ben.
Hopefully your phone is on Tuesday. Cheers, thank you very much. If you want to get involved, your views 01642 688 104.
Your local station for Middlesbrough, CVFM.
Bernie Does the Borough, proudly sponsored by Teesside's Healthy Living Pharmacies. There's always a pharmacy open near you 7 days a week. Ask your local pharmacist for free and confidential advice on smoking, alcohol, weight and sexual health issues. You don't even need an appointment. Visit teessidepharmacy.net to find out more. Bernie tells it as it is, with no bull. Bernie Does the Borough on CVFM.
And if you want to get involved there, your views 01642 688 104. Today ended Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1. Leeds scored after 3 minutes. If you want to give us a phone, please do so. Run out of time, we'll try and squeeze you on. I think it's Ian on the line. Is it Ian? Good evening, Ian.
Hey, you're Bernie.
Hiya, mate. Go on then. What game did you see today?
The big update, just basically saying I've seen a lot of negative statuses on Twitter.
A lot of what?
People didn't realise what a very good situation we're still in, especially after the results today. It's all the win, it's all for us, I see a lot of people say that we're now dropping points.
Yeah, look, I think, Ian, that obviously today, after Blackpool getting a draw down there, which wasn't a bad result, especially after the first half performance and get beat 1-0 and Dimmy getting sent off, that was a good point. Today we're expecting to go in and win with the chances we created and the way we played. I thought we were very good today. Good in the eye. I enjoyed watching us. The tempo was good. I really did.
It's probably the best performance I've seen from Middlesbrough this season so far in terms of where chances created.
Yeah, I thought
we just couldn't.
Yeah,
beat the keeper. The keeper was unbelievable.
Yeah, there was a mixture of things. The ball wouldn't drop in the right place, or we maybe try to put it down the keeper's throat as opposed to picking our spot. I still think we lack a wee bit of composure sometime in and around the box. You know, rather than pick your spot in the corners, we're making the keeper look good at times. It's happened before this season. There was a few glimpses of that today, but I've played in games like that, Ian. It's frustrating as players, frustrating as fans, and after it, when the dust settles, you think, how did we get beat there? And I just came away dumbfounded as to how could we lose that. Leeds should have been arrested after the game. They got out of jail today. They did. They got out of jail. We were the better team. They know we're the better. They'll be going back to Leeds in the bus thinking, we get hammered for penalty post today. How did we? You know, we defended well at times, but they missed a lot of chances. And I've been there, and it is frustrating. And as I say, 3 points down the pan, we can't disguise that, but we're still in a great position. The odds are we're still going to be up there in the mix for now at the end of the season. 14 games left.
If you'd have said in August, we're going to be this position this time of the season, you'd have took it all year long.
I totally agree.
Basically, people getting carried away, basically. You'd sit back and obviously just see how it goes. Obviously, it's still a long way to go yet.
Yeah.
But I love Arthur Karanka. Just today, I do really believe he should have started Bamford.
Yeah, I mean...
That's the only criticism I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, Karanka, I've went on record for the very start that saying I'm not a fan of chopping and changing and players out of position and wholesome changes. But Karanka, to be fair, has done it his way. He's got the balls to do it. He doesn't care who says what. He's doing it his way. And his way's got us still second in the division as it stands, or up there. So... You know, he's not going to change his style. I'm not a massive fan of the chopping and changing and 6 and 7 changes, but he's got us there, and we just have to stick with it. We can say we don't like it, but he's going to keep doing it, and hopefully that gets us back to the Premier League, and then he can say, look, I'm the manager, I've did it my way, and we've made it into the promised land, which obviously is the Premier League. So we still need to keep faith in him. He's proved he's worth. And he's,
I love Arthur there. Honestly, he's the best manager we've had for a very, very long time. It's just one that's all the criticism we ever had today. He should have started Bamford.
Yeah, well, when he plays Bamford, I would like to see him playing Bamford up front. Bamford, being a professional, will give it his best shot wide, but I think he's better up the middle. I'd like to see him up the middle on a regular basis and score more goals. I mean, he's done well up there. He scored goals. He shows he's sharp. And out wide, you know, the late great Jockstein, I've said it many a time, used to say a happy player's a better player. I think when Bamford's up the middle, he's happy. He'll be better. When he plays wide, he'll give it his best shot, but he's not happy. That's what I see.
Aye.
You know?
Yeah, today is just one of them days where obviously everyone's frustrated, and I get that.
Yeah, we're all frustrated.
Everyone's on the back. Everyone's now obviously doomsday. We're not winning no more. Everyone needs to pick themselves up and obviously get behind the team again.
Yeah, hey, look, they are behind the team. I thought the fans, and I wouldn't say, you know, people think, oh, you're in the Legends Lounge, you're in the club, and look, I don't need to say anything. I'm not a PR man for Middlesbrough. I'm an ex-player. I'm a fan. I say what I want to say, and I thought the fans were terrific today. I really did. Great noise. The drum was banging. The 12th man behind the goal made great noise. The new Holgate end at the far side. Right round the ground, I thought you got behind the team, despite losing the goal early door, 3 minutes into it, stuck behind them right through the duration, and well done the fans. They deserve more, and obviously a few goals would have sent them away happy, but it wasn't to be. Yeah. But back to the grind on Tuesday, and hopefully we can beat Neil Lennon's Bolton Wanderers. Anything else, Ian?
I definitely think we'll go up.
You still think we'll go up? Yeah, automatically top 2? Definitely, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, Ian, thank you very much for your call. Cheers. Thank you.
Nice one. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
See you later, Benny. Bye-bye.
Cheers. And a few tweets. Paul, he says, I know too familiar feeling at times this season. Paul said, the Boro, you're not a lot of huff and puff, but failed to convert in the final third. I have to say, hasten to add, he's a Newcastle United fan. Bernie, you know, crucial part of the season, points down the drain, must do better, especially at home. And Ben says, one of those days, bad day at the office, roll on Tuesday. Let's go to Frank. Frank, are you there?
I am, Bernie. Are you all right?
Come on in, Frank. Well, Frank, I was at the game. I enjoyed it as a spectacle. It was entertaining. There was a few challenges, loads of chances went a begging. They scored after 3 minutes, and I couldn't believe it when we get beat, Frank. Disappointing.
You couldn't?
No. Could you?
It was a shock to you.
Oh, it was a shock the amount of chances we created.
As I said on your show some time now, they have a problem scoring goals. You can't win matches without scoring. Some of the teams that most probably would be at the end of the season will be fighting relegation. Middlesbrough are struggling to score goals against them. You know, it's not easy to score goals. This team, they find it difficult. They had all that time, 3 minutes, they scored a goal through a bit of a mistake by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, keep it through out.
Yes, they had lots of chances. But that doesn't mean anything, Bernie. You've got to be able to just convert them. I'm sick of hearing about Middlesbrough, the possession they've got, all this wonderful stuff they're playing in front of goal. And yet, they're struggling to put one goal in the back of the net. That's not good enough, Bernie. And I don't care what anybody tells me, this is not right. There's something not right about it. They should be putting teams to bed, 3 or 4 goals now. I mean, the support's not even there now at the club. Something's wrong.
What do you mean the support?
For a game like Leeds, this was a poor.
Yeah, come on, Frank.
The people who went.
Frank, 25.
There's not enough of them.
25,000, 12:15 kick-off live all over the planet. That's okay, isn't it? Early kick-off, live in the telly. I thought 25,000.
I think the Boro should be having gates now of over 30,000.
If it wasn't the television, I'll tell you what,
the very top.
Frank. Yeah. If it wasn't the television, I think there would have been. The television takes a bit of that away, in my opinion. And the 12:15 kickoff isn't ideal.
I don't know, Barry. I mean, look, they're not going. There's something else. It's not just that they're not scoring.
Right.
This is a problem they've got, not scoring goals. And you can dress it up any way you want. You can. It doesn't wash with me.
I'm not here to dress it up, Frank.
I can see there's something wrong there.
Frank, what I see is we've not got a fox in the box. We've not got a predator. Somebody that hangs on the shoulder of defenders, hugs the box, gets the bits, the bits that's bobbing around, finishes them up. We've not got that type of player. You know, there's not one play you can hang out and say he'll definitely guarantee a goal today.
No, but there's some of these forwards they've got there. They're just, you call it composed in front of goal. Yeah, maybe that's it. They're just snatching at things.
Well, they're ramming things down the keeper's throat.
They're not good enough. They have no chance.
Frank,
if they take them into Premiership, they won't get a sniff in the Premiership.
I've always been
taught. The problem.
I've always been taught in and around the goal. Try and look to put it in the corners. Yeah, bit of composure, keep your calm, don't need to bust the ball or bust the net, pick your spot, beat the goalkeeper. But I still see us, the majority of shots, and today the majority of shots were power. You know, you need power and accuracy to score a goal. And the keeper, we made the keeper look like Lev Yashin, the great Russian goalkeeper today. He was no doubt man of the match.
Because I said a few weeks ago, the goalkeepers are reading the forwards. Somebody else did that to them. You know, these goalkeepers can read it now.
Well, it's happened a few times this season.
Doing because it's Karanka's game plan. They haven't got the variety. They haven't got the ability themselves to change things. And it's they're being read. That's the problem. I mean, people are saying, there's more games to go. It could be the downfall that the next half dozen games.
14 games to go.
Like they did today. I mean, I think they should have beat Birmingham, Bernie. People are saying, well, they went down to 10 men. So what? They should have beaten Birmingham. Birmingham's in turmoil. There's all sorts of problems behind the scenes with Birmingham. So why did they struggle there? Why are they struggling at home? This is a home game against what you might call a derby. I say it's a local interest. It's an old enemy, Leeds United.
Yorkshire derby, Frank.
No, I'm not buying into this thing here. I think there's something fundamentally wrong.
Like what, Frank? Like what? Fundamentally wrong? Like what way?
What?
I mean, during the season,
they're not scoring goals. They can't score. They're not good enough. That's the bottom line. They're not good enough. They're just not doing it.
I don't know, Frank, but do you think maybe we were in for a Darren Bent? I mean, Darren Bent scored a few now for Derby County. He could be the difference with getting promotion and not. Do you think we were ever in for Bent?
Well, you know, Benny, you've talked about him a few times and said he would be good. Would he fit in Karanka's style, or would Karanka have to change his style to bring a Darren Bent in? I don't know. It's got me beat technically.
Darren Bent. If Darren Bent plays today, I think Darren Bent scores a goal today, because he is. he is ruthless in that 18-yard box. He is a predator. He is a goal scorer.
Could he fit into what Karanka wants? Would he fit into that style of play?
Obviously, we wouldn't know. Yeah, he could. I'm sure he could. But obviously, the chopping and changing and in and out, and I don't know how we'd feel about that, dropping the division and being in that position.
Karanka has his own style of play, which we've all given him credit for. But there's no variety with Karanka. They're all reading him. They're sussing him out. You know, against Wenger, he was the master against the pupil. Wenger had him sussed. He knew what to do. And this is what would happen in the Premiership. And he's done a good job. There's no ifs and buts about it. But is Karanka capable of changing things himself, the way he thinks? I don't know. He's got one set way of playing. And I think this is the problem. Once you understand it, which some of the clubs are doing now, means they're going to get more defeats than wins, I think, now.
But
game's coming off, Bernie.
My confidence isn't gone like yours, Frank. I still believe in a great position.
No, Bernie, I'm saying, it sounds bad what I'm saying. They've got to score goals. But I think the goalkeepers are playing tremendously well against the Boro because they can see what's coming. They can see the way they're moving, they're playing. They're making the goalkeepers look good. There's no real individual flair.
My question was over the weeks, I just thought that Middlesbrough, having been playing as well as they could, we were grinding out results, and it's the time we have to up our performance. We did that today, but unfortunately we couldn't convert, Frank. Listen, Frank, thanks for joining us. Hopefully join us on Tuesday. Cheers, Frank. Thank you. Thanks for joining us here on CVFM 104.5. I'll be back on Tuesday for the Bolton Wanderers game, which obviously takes place at Riverside. I'll be here for about 10:15 to about 11:15. Please join us then, and I look forward to your company. Thank you.
Bernie does the Borough. This show has been an independent production on CVFM.